Hello and welcome to your personal golden ticket behind the scenes of French champions Paris Saint-Germain. This week, les Rouges et Bleus dominate the top of the table clash.
Así que muy contento por todo el equipo.
We catch up with legendary goalscorer Pedro Miguel Pauleta.
Je continue à sentir cet amour de supporter.
Presnel Kimpembe is back on the pitch and back to his best.
J'essaie de m'épanouir au quotidien.
And the women's team are clinical in Iceland.
C'est un bon match de Paris, on a mis la manière en plus.
Week 9 of the Ligue 1 season, just before the international break, saw Angers visit the Parc des Princes, and there was one very special guest in the form of a certain Bernard Lamar, who saw his face on the wall of legends.
C'est une fierté que le club m'ait choisi.
I'm very proud that the club chose me from so many.
Et puis c'est particulièrement
And I think it's a very good likeness. It really represents me. Even the colors are there. I'm a bit older all the same. A few more wrinkles, a few more kilos, but not too many. But I think overall, it looks like me. I still have the same head. Victorious away to Bordeaux and Galatasaray, les Parisiens were looking to get back to winning ways at home after their reverse to Reims. Top of the table, les Rouges et Bleus entertained second-placed Angers, defending an unbeaten home record that dates back to 1972 against Le SCO, and with the chance of further extending their lead at the top of the table. A World Cup winner in 1998, Bernard Lamar, saw he's still right at home at the Parc des Princes. Unfortunately, we didn't want to change Marquinhos, but he was sick this morning. And we also needed Ander Herrera to play right back because we couldn't take any more risks with Thomas Meunier. I really wanted to score, to help the team and celebrate with the supporters. It was very important for me, for my family as well, so I'm very happy. Ander was playing in a new position for him, but he had a fantastic match. He saw me open for the pass, and he gave me an excellent pass that got me in a position to score. It was very important for me to play today after playing earlier in the week in the Champions League. I got the goal and was able to help the team win, and that's the most important. The first time I shot and the defender blocked it. The second time I shot too, but it went to Idrissa and he scored, and in the end that's all that counts. It feels good. I've been waiting for this moment for a few matches now. I was getting closer, and today I managed to score. But I didn't know how to celebrate.
Et pourtant, j'y ai pensé avant.
I'd thought about it before the game. I said, if I score, I'll pay tribute to Edinson Cavani when he shoots the arrow. But then I panicked and I just froze.
Avec lui, avec Marquis.
With him, with Marquis in midfield, it's great to be able to free up Marco to do what he does best and find those incredible, creative solutions.
Des solutions exceptionnelles, des solutions créatives.
And I think everyone's happy that Ghana scored today. It was a nice gift. It's not my role to score goals. I'm there to help the team how I can and focus on my defensive duties. And if I can help in attack, well then, why not? It was better in the second half because we played higher up the pitch and with better structure. And that's why we had so many chances to score. And we were also able to control the opposition's counter-attacks. We won 4-0 against the second-place team in Ligue 1. And that's great. Today, fortunately, we were able to score early and we took control of the match from the get-go. We played well, we created chances, and in the end, it paid off. We knew they'd play very defensively, try to hit us on the counter, that they would sit back. It was a tough game, a real battle, and we threw everything into it. And the team did it in style and got the result. I'm very happy. We did what we set out to achieve this week, win away in the Champions League and then at home in Ligue 1 before heading off on international duty. I'm very happy for the whole team.
Con la selección, así que muy contento por todo el equipo.
It's back to school for the École Rouge et Bleu. The first day for the new year in Mont-la-Jolie and the 64 kids there aged between 7 and 11. There were also 3 players from the Paris Saint-Germain women's team, Lina Boussard, Sandy Baltimore and Aïta Zamanian. The École Rouge et Bleu is an after-school program. We welcome kids here twice a week from 1st grade to 6th grade. We've really worked hard on getting the kids to get along well together, giving them the virtues of a positive attitude, living together and teamwork. We have cultural and sporting activities and also work with new technology. Sport has always been an important element of school. It's great to see Paris Saint-Germain doing this, these sporting activities, and especially seeing so many young girls enjoying this type of project. I think it's really great, especially within the club. And I'm very happy to be here and to play with the kids. I love playing with the kids. It's great fun for them and I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, she's right. This is a great school and everything they're doing here. It's great for the kids. It's good to help all the kids play sport and do other things as well. Then they can choose what they want to do. I think we just won though. Veritable legend at Paris Saint-Germain and idol of the park, Pedro Miguel Pauleta was back in the French capital, where he discovered the club's new 3rd shirt, a jersey he remembers well from his playing days. It's a really nice shirt. I remember very well having played in it. We played in my first season with Paris Saint-Germain with this shirt. It's important for the club, important to send this message out, to reproduce the old jerseys every now and again. If the club can keep doing it, I think it's important. It's a sign of respect for all the former players. And what's more, it's a great shirt. You know, the Parc des Princes is a very special place, and not just for me, but for everyone. Playing in this stadium and playing here for Paris, it's something you will never forget. It gives me goosebumps. Honestly, every time I come here, and I can't come here every weekend, but when I do come, it's always a special moment. To see the fans again, the Paris Saint-Germain supporters are always special for me. I retired 10 years ago now, but I still feel all the love from the fans, even in the street. But here in the stadium, it's really something special. I don't know if I really deserve all this love from these incredible fans. But it's fair to say that I love coming back. And it's also a pleasure for me to now be a supporter of this club myself these days. A former top scorer for Les Rouges et Bleus and his national team, the Portuguese legend keeps a very close watch on Paris Saint-Germain, and he's impressed by the capital club's current strike force, starting with new signing Mauro Icardi. He's a real striker. He had some great seasons with Inter Milan. He boasts incredible qualities and he's still young. He's a great addition to Paris Saint-Germain and will help the club have a great season. Today, I don't think there are only 2 great goal scorers at the club. More like 4 or 5 who can all score at any moment. And that's important. It's a team that will always try and win every game throughout the season. So it's important to have these quality players. At the moment, there are a few players out injured. But when you have such depth on the bench, the team always wants to win in the end. It's also important to have a close-knit squad, united with the fans and everyone that loves Paris Saint-Germain, all pulling in the same direction. Coming up on This Is Paris, 2 TTs extend their contracts. And another, World Cup winner Presnel Kimpembe talks to us about getting back on the pitch. Before we travel to Iceland for a cool, clinical Champions League display from the women.
Bonjour, c'est Colin.
Bonjour, c'est Garrison.
Vous regardez This Is Paris.
2 young academy graduates have signed contract extensions with Paris Saint-Germain just before the international break. Colin Dagba is now tied to the club until June 2024, while goalkeeper Garrison Innocent signed on for 2 more years to June 2023.
C'est une grande fierté encore de prolonger ici.
I'm very proud to have extended my contract here with Paris. I'm very proud and very happy, because this new deal brings a lot of joy to those around me, especially my family. I hope it's just the next step in my career here. I hope to play here for as long as possible. I'm very happy. It's a new challenge. It means I'm working hard. I'm very proud to extend my contract with a club like Paris Saint-Germain. It means the club has confidence in me, and that my hard work is paying off. I train every day with great players who have won the Champions League times over. I'm gaining experience every session. It's a pleasure every day. A product of the Paris Saint-Germain Youth Academy and enjoying his 5th season in the first team, Presnel Kimpembe has been through it all in Rouge et Bleu. Yet after an excellent 2017-18 campaign in which he became a full France international and won the World Cup, the defender found 2019 a bit tougher.
C'était une année compliquée, avec des hauts et des bas.
It was a tough year,
Sûr que,
with highs and
en
lows.
tant que compétiteur,
Obviously, when you're a competitor, an athlete,
que des hauts, mais on sait
you only
que
want to have the
dans le
highs,
sport, c'est
but we
pas
also
possible.
know that in sport it doesn't
Voilà,
work that
c'était
way.
une année compliquée, mais
It was a tough year last
voilà,
year,
on va-
but I don't have any
on va
regrets.
et, on prend le-
We
on
have to
prend
take
le-
all the negative things on
les
board
négatifs
and
pour
learn
pouvoir
from them.
apprendre de ces
And that's what
erreurs,
I've
et
tried to do
voilà,
this
c'est ce
year.
que j'essaye de faire pour cette année. Je suis né ici.
I was born here. I learned to play football here, and now I'm a professional here.
Je suis avec le groupe
I'm
pro,
very
et-
proud of that.
et voilà, c'est une grande fierté pour moi. Travailler
To work
avec
with the
des-
players
avec des joueurs comme ça,
like
c'est-
this here
c'est
is
fantastique,
fantastic,
c'est
and
pas-
not
c'est pas
every
donné à tout le
footballer
monde.
has this
Surtout
opportunity,
d'être chez soi.
especially in your own hometown. Not everyone can play for their own
Et
hometown.
voilà, c'est que
That's
du-
really
c'est
the
que du
case here.
bonheur,
It's
et
brilliant.
J'essaie de
A fantastic
pouvoir
opportunity that I try and make the
m'épanouir
most
au
of every
quotidien
day.
avec ce genre de joueurs et avec la ville, quoi.
For the first time in his career, Presnel Kimpembe suffered a serious injury at the end of last season and underwent groin surgery in May, followed by nearly 4 months of rehabilitation.
Au début, déjà, je pouvais pas marcher, je pouvais pas.
At the start, I
marcher
couldn't
vite.
walk.
Le temps,
I really
il
couldn't
paraît
walk
long.
fast.
Et
It
même
seemed
quand
to
tu vas en
take so
vacances,
long.
t'es pas vraiment en
Even
vacances,
when I was
tu
on
penses
holiday, I
à
wasn't completely on
travailler,
holiday
faut faire attention
because
à-
you're always thinking
à
about
ce
the
que tu vas
work.
faire, parce que tu peux te faire mal,
You
donc,
have to pay attention to everything because you don't want to hurt yourself again.
Tout seul.
The hardest thing was being on my
C'est plus
own.
compliqué quand
Mentally,
t'es avec
that was
tes
the
coéquipiers
hardest.
ou avec du monde, tu
When you're
cours avec
running
tes
with your
potes, tu fais des
teammates,
exercices, ça
training
passe
with
plus
them,
vite.
everything goes faster.
Et voilà, le fait de-
But training on
d'être
my
seul,
own
je pense
during
que
this period
c'était le
was
plus
the
dur
hardest
dans-
thing.
Dans cette période. Mon objectif,
My
c'était
original
pour-
aim was to be back
pour
for
le
the Trophée des
Champions.
Champions.
Quand je l'ai dit au doc,
And when I said that to the doc, he told me,
C'est trop
"Oh,
tôt.
that's too early."
il m'a dit, moi, je vois plus
He said
pour,
my goal should be
pour
mid-August.
mi-août et tout.
I said that I was feeling good, but in fact, it's just in your head. You just want to come back so much. But then when I started training with the team, you really suffer.
Des fois, je me refaisais mal.
You
Donc,
don't
je
feel
passe de
good
très
for
bien
4 or
à
5 days,
moins
you
bien.
hurt yourself a bit, then you
En
feel
4-5
good,
jours,
then you
quand
come
tu
down
redeviens
again.
bien, tu recommences
It's
à
really
tomber encore.
difficult.
C'était la période un peu compliquée aussi.
But
mais,
the medical
voilà,
staff
j'étais
told me
préparé à
how
ça
it
et
would go,
le staff
so I
médical
wasn't
m'avait
worried.
prévenu que ça allait être comme ça, donc je ne m'inquiétais pas.
He finally got back on the pitch on the 14th of September with 19 minutes in the 1-0 win over Strasbourg, before a start in the Champions League against Real Madrid.
J'étais agréablement surpris de
I
voir
was
que-
nicely
que
surprised that I
je-
started that match
j'avais
without
pas
90
de-
minutes under my
j'avais
belt.
pas de
It was a
préparation,
nice
rien.
surprise.
Et voilà, ça m'a fait plaisir. On a bien abordé ce match.
It was a
qui
very
était
important
important
match for
pour
everyone,
tout le monde et que-
and we started very
et que
well.
voilà, on était déjà préparés.
We were
mentalement
ready,
et
both
physiquement
mentally and
à
physically, for this
jouer
match.
ce genre de match. Surtout,
A game like that
c'était
against
Real
Real Madrid that are
c'est une
used to
équipe qui a-
playing in
qui a
this
l'habitude de
competition.
ce genre de compétition et
But we were ready, champing at the
on
bit
était
for that
prêts
home
et
match.
armés pour ce match à la maison.
The club made a perfect start to the competition, the ideal way to prepare for a perilous trip to Galatasaray's Ali Sami Yen Stadium, where he was reunited with a certain Ryan Babel.
Ah, le grand Ryan Babel.
The big
C'est un
Ryan
grand joueur,
Babel.
c'est un joueur que je
He's a
regardais
great
déjà
player.
quand j'étais plus jeune.
A player I
Il
used
était
to
à-
watch when
à
I was
Liverpool.
younger, when he was at Liverpool.
Il allait à 4
He was so
il est toujours en
fast.
pleine forme, mais
He's still a great
encore,
player,
encore plus
even
physiquement,
more
c'est-
physical now. He's a beast.
C'est un monstre. Et,
I played against
voilà,
him
on
for
avait déjà
France
joué
versus the
contre,
Netherlands, and he really hurt us.
et ils nous avaient fait du mal, donc
That's something I don't
c'est
forget.
quelque chose que j'ai pas oublié. Et
I'm a
moi, je suis
competitor
je suis un
and a
compétiteur,
bit
je suis
aggro.
quelqu'un qui, on va dire, entre
I don't
guillemets,
like
je suis un peu
losing,
haineux. J'aime pas
especially when I
perdre,
lost
et
against
surtout
someone
contre-
so soon after.
contre des gens
I
contre
look
qui
for
j'ai-
revenge.
j'ai joué
and that
il y
was
a-
the
il y a pas
case
longtemps, donc,
ahead of
voilà, j'ai
Galatasaray.
cet esprit revanchard et voilà, ça a été le cas il y a quelques jours à Galatasaray. Ces derniers temps, je pense qu'on
We've
a
gotten
eu-
used to going to
l'habitude
stadiums
dans
with
les stades
passionate
chauds.
atmospheres
On
recently.
a eu le Celtic,
We travelled to
on a eu
Celtic,
Liverpool,
Liverpool,
Naples,
Napoli,
Galatasaray,
and
donc
now
c'est des ambiances,
Galatasaray.
très chaude.
The atmospheres are really electric, but the team and the club are ready for these matches. I love them. I love it when we play in these hostile atmospheres where everyone hates you, everyone's against you. I love these atmospheres because when I was little, I was used to playing in these types of situations. When I was young, we didn't go to Galatasaray. But when you play in Aubervilliers, Bourget, Sarcelles, playing there, everyone's against you. I've been used to that since I was a kid, so I was ready. Ahead of the match against Angers, the Parc des Princes paid tribute to its creator, the architect Roger Taillibert, who passed away at 93 years of age. The brilliant man designed the revolutionary stadium that was built between 1969 and 1972.
The future Parc des
Princes will have a 50,000 capacity and will be dedicated to football and rugby. The project had one very important imperative: to give every single spectator total visibility, without any obstacles and entirely covered from the elements. Paris Saint-Germain's first ever match at the Parc des Princes took place in November 1973 against local rivals Red Star. Since then, Les Rouges et Bleus have played another 182 matches in all competitions. Today, more than ever, the Parc is the home of the French champions. Tuesday, the 15th of October, and it was off to Iceland for the Paris Saint-Germain women's team.
Welcome to Iceland. Woo!
Still undefeated in the French First Division following their 2-0 win over Fleury in Week 5, Olivier Echouafny's team were full of confidence as they headed to Iceland for the first leg of their UEFA Women's Champions League last 16 clash with Breidablik. No sooner had they touched down in Reykjavik than it was off to the Kópavogsvöllur Stadium for their final training session.
Yeah, we're very excited to be here in Iceland. The weather conditions are a bit difficult. It's cold and windy and a little bit of rain, but it's going to make for a very fun game tomorrow.
On the morning of the match, the players went for their traditional pre-match walk through the streets of the Icelandic capital.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Despite the challenging conditions, Les Rouges et Bleus were quickly in control of the match and in front on the scoreboard as Karina Savik opened her account.
I'm very happy to score my first goal and I hope I will score more. I should have scored one more today.
After providing the assist for the opening goal, Formiga then headed home from Sandy Baltimore's corner 8 minutes later to make it 2-0. Paris Saint-Germain were right on top, and after a first chance, Marie-Antoinette Katoto made it 3-0, leaving the Breidablik goalkeeper no chance. Our first half was excellent. We used the ball well, our positioning and runs were good. We decided to rest 4 players to help with their recovery, and the other players really stepped up. It proves just what a quality squad we have. Les Rouges et Bleus added a 4th goal late in the game through Paulina Dudek. We had a game plan, a strategy, which was to wear them out, make them run, and they finished the last 10 minutes with cramps. That means we were so technically in control that they really suffered. They didn't have a single chance to score. It finished 4-0, and Les Parisiennes are in the box seat ahead of the return leg in 2 weeks' time at the Stade Jean-Bouin. We played very well and recorded a great win. We controlled the game from start to finish, as we did against Fleury on the weekend. We're feeling better and better on the pitch, controlling the rhythm of matches. We have to keep going.
Abónate al canal de YouTube del Paris Saint-Germain.
Abonne-toi à la chaîne de Paris Saint-Germain.
Abónate al canal de YouTube del Paris Saint-Germain clicando aquí.